All right, then, Shalom. Well, we're the real brothers come out here, week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of a wicked ass place called America, teach you so called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you guys are God's chosen people. But first and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Takadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So with that, we want to say Shalom, I'm the brother Markov. And today we're going to speak about if there are dinosaurs in the Bible, because the Bible speaks about dinosaurs. Because see, the thing about it though is Esau has this thing though where he paints the narrative, like paints the picture on the way you see it though, like in the movies and shit, man. You know, always wants to be like saying that the Earth though is millions and millions of years old, but that's not true though, because according to the Bible, that's not true though. And the thing about it though is that yeah, Noah had put dinosaurs in the ark though. And when you think of like, where does it say that Noah put dinosaurs in the ark though? Well, like I said, we'll get to that though. But the thing about it though is that when you think about dinosaurs, which the word dinosaur just means terrible lizard. You know, that's all it means though, terrible lizard. The word dinosaur. And when you think about dinosaurs, you think about like in the movies, what Jurassic Park though. There's Jurassic Park. You think about the T Rex though. Godzilla, yeah, which we'll get into that. Which Godzilla's in the Bible too, but his name's not Godzilla though, you know. So we'll get into that too though. So, like I said, Esau paints a narrative like this Earth though, in Spanish they call it La Tierra right here. Um, it's millions and millions of years old. But if you're a believer in the scriptures, it says different though. Which can you get a second Ezra chapter 14, verse 10? Because right here in this scripture, it talks about how old the earth is. You know, the earth is not even 1 million years old, man. And 10.
Second Ezra 14 and 10. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old.
Time goes by, you know. Time goes by. Can we get the next one?
For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a tenth part.
See, so the parts that it's talking about, because you got to think about each um, thousand us to the next page jump into Second Peter 3:8. A day, I was to say 1,000 years for us. It's only a day to Yahweh. You know what I mean? 1,000 years to us humans, though, or you want to say creatures, us creatures, it's only a day for Yahweh, though. You know. So when it goes into the 10 parts, though, like it's like 1,000 years, though, man. So whenever you're ready.
2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
See? So with us, though, 1,000 years to Yahweh is a day. You know? So the earth, not even a million years old, man. Like 13,000 years old. You know? So so I just want to get that narrative out of the way though, because according to Esau science though, the earth is that old though. But it's not even that old.
If we were here for billions of years, technology would be more advanced.
Yeah, it would be better, right? Yeah, we'd be flying cars.
We barely got into, the internet, barely got the internet.
Yeah, like barely what, 20 years ago? Barely gonna be barely 20 years ago.
So technology would already been
Advanced though. They barely got the Tesla's cars to drive themselves though, man. There's barely cars that can barely drive themselves though. Even at that, they're not even driving right. They're fucking malfunctioning. They can't even park right. So it's like, yeah, not even advanced though. You know? So yeah, that's the thing. Do you want to get that precept on is it Daniel's 12 though? With knowledge shall increase though. So we're speaking on that subject. Yeah, because the thing about it though is like I said, that's brother's right though, because they were so much advanced though. Why cars though? It should be like flying cars though. There should be what, like robots though, helping out though, and they're barely making those. They have those robots though, but they haven't put it out there in the public though, man. They got these robots already though. They got those dogs though that be guarding the data centers though. You know what I'm saying though? So they're really doing shit like that though, man. Like they remind all this what's happening right now reminds me of that movie I Robot with Will Smith though. You know what I'm saying though? And that movie came out what 20 years ago. Whatever you're
Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah, and that's talking about the internet. Hey, once this word came out through the internet though, man, it's shit though, man. So therefore, hey, there's gonna be a time where we know that we're not gonna be able to be doing this though. We're not gonna be able to upload videos. We're not gonna be able to even to come out here and preach the word though. There's gonna come a time where that's gonna happen though. But the thing about it though is, hey, the elect though, they're sealed right now. Whoever they are though, they're sealed though. Even that, the elect probably still coming up too right now. Learning though, man. So it's sealed though, man. The books are shot up already, man.
And we're in the last part, because it said back in Second Ezra 14 and 12, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now denounce corruption. That's what we're doing, because it said there remaineth the last part.
Yeah. So it's the end though, right? Yeah.
Because it said that the world lost its youth. And the world's not young anymore. It's time for the earth to die.
Exactly.
That's why I said time to begin to wax old.
Yeah.
So the earth would have been destroyed already if we were in a billion years.
Oh yeah. It's definitely if Esau was still running it though. You know what I mean? If Esau's still running it though, man, this shit would have been destroyed though. But
For the elect's sake.
yeah, that's why the days of shortening, which is Matthew 24, is that for the days that for the elect's sake, the days are shortened though, because if this devil man continues to run though, this earth though, which is doing a bad management though, would have been all fucked though, man. Because look what this devil's doing, man. Polluting the earth though, like polluting the fucking waters, polluting the air. You know, there's more diseases out there, and I know it's because of this devil. You know what I mean? There's more diseases out there. There's more cancers though. The food is shit though. Like the food is no good though. If this devil still runs this earth though, man, or better yet though, if how about Shimashai still lets him run it, would have been all good by the people. And don't forget though that the ones that called the ones that they destroyed, those Georgia stones though, they wanted a people I believe it was like 10 million or something like that or under. Georgia Guidestones, there you go. Remember, they destroyed that shit though, man. And they wanted what? The estimation of people population to be what, under what, 10 million or 100 million? What was it? Bro, there's like 8 billion people though. So what they gotta do? They gotta do sneaky shit in order for the people to die, man. Let the people get cancer. Let the people get these poor diets though, and get bad health though and die. Because the elites though, they're eating good though. The people that got money though, the motherfuckers ain't eating like how the poor people are though. You see?
GMO is more expensive.
Yeah.
Pork is cheap.
Oh yeah. And how is it that you see the prices between the lamb though and the pork though? Man, the lamb is way more expensive. You see that shit all the time though in the grocery store. Yeah.
This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah. So it has to. These days have to come by fast, which these days been feeling that they've been going faster, man. Because if not, though, if this devil still runs, this world, man, we'll be all fucked, man. So that's the thing about it, man. So this devil, man, don't believe him, man. When he tells you things, though, man. You know what I'm saying, though? This devil is the devil, man. That's his job, though. You know? So now let's go to where you finish with that. Can you go to Genesis chapter 1? And you can start at that. Genesis 1.
It's Genesis 1 and 24. And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so.
Yeah, see? So that cattle, too, when we think about cattle, it's like the cows and all these other things, though. But that also were like the dinosaurs, though, man. So came up at the same time as the cattle. You know what I mean? Like men, though. Men and women, of course, though. You know. So because it was on the 6 days, the 6 day people creatures, though. The movie was it the movie Creatures, though, came out. I believe it was that same time, right?
Not sure.
Yeah, I believe it was something to do with that because it said after its time, though. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Sixth day, that's when man was created also.
Also, yeah. Because we came out of the waters.
Because man was alongside with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Because the cattle, you think about cattle, you think about the cows, and these other, you know what I mean? But all this, like remember, the cattle, the buffalo, and then all these other beasts, though, things like that don't have to be because you gotta understand though, the lion and the cat, they say they came from the same family though, but one's way bigger than the other. You know what I mean? So the cat and the lion, they're still out of that family though. You know. And the same thing was with these dinosaurs too from back then though. They all came from the same kind though, but like I said, they just look different from one another though. You know. So we came up like as in because they always want to say Adam was the first person though. But if you go into the same chapter we're in right now, it talks about how what's it called though? We made the man into our image though. So it goes to show there was people back then. You know what I mean though? Because they try to say, Adam was the first person living. No, he was the first person to get that breath, which that breath represents wisdom though. You know, he got that breath though, that wisdom, that understanding though. But before Adam had a great grandfather. Adam had a grandpa. Adam had a father. You know, and that's what we're talking about right now in Genesis 1 and 24. Because it says, can you read that again?
Genesis 1 and 24. And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind, and it was so.
Yeah, see. So those are all the beasts. Like the beast was the dinosaur. Yeah. But it was at that time that we all came out of the fourth of the waters, though. It was that time though. Because aren't we creatures though? We're all creatures though. We got a creator though. You know what I'm saying though? So we all creatures though.
And we're born inside, when we're born in the stomach, we're born in water.
Yeah, we're protected by we're like in water, right? And you can't say, well, no, yes, we're all water.
That's how we're made of, is by water, because the sperm is water.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And this is shit that they even teach you in school. You know what I'm saying though? The scientific perspective.
Most of our body is of water.
I think it's say like 70%. Exactly.
More.
Yeah. See, so we like the water though. We need the water though. We are water though. Yeah. Yeah. So we're all water though. So how is it that we not come from water though? you can't say that's not true because each of our mothers, their water broke though. Their water broke though, and then we all came out.
Yeah, once the water breaks, it lets out all the water.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't say, oh no. Even if it doesn't happen at the house or somewhere, if you having those labor pains though, they take you to the hospital. The doctor purposely busts that bag though, so he can go into labor. You know. So what he does though is like, let's say like getting those pains though, and the water's bust is taking too long to bust though. That doctor purposely busts that shit though, so they can go into labor already though, the woman though. You know. So, I, oh,
And going back to Adam, Adam's children was Cain and Abel, and Cain went to go find a wife.
oh yeah.
Where did that wife come from? There was already people on the earth.
Exactly. Yeah. So because it's true though, because it's like, okay, so yeah, Adam and Eve had the kids, to Abel and Cain, right?
Right.
And they talk about them having a daughter, right?
And then Cain went off and went to go find a wife somewhere.
And he had kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where'd he go find a wife at?
He just fucking fucked the air.
Huh?
You know what I mean? He just fucked the air and had a baby.
There had to been women already on the earth.
Yeah, because what this talking about, it was not only just men, it was women too that were coming out, the living creatures, you know? Because we know damn well two men can't make a baby. You know what I'm saying? No, we know damn well. I mean, even my son knows that shit. So when they came out, it was men and women.
First was Adam, but then Adam came from, but then the woman came from Adam's rib.
Which goes into a close relative, you know?
Oh yeah.
Close relative. You know what I'm saying though? So Adam and Eve, you know what I mean? Like they were just like close, like close though, you know? But
the man comes first, you know.
Yep. Because
he didn't make Adam, make Eve to be.
Get the breath though. Yeah. So there's always been structure like that, you know. So because even in that same chapter in Genesis, the first chapter, it talks. I say we'll make men into our image though. You know, which now can you jump down to 26? Verse 26. Yeah, because that's the whole thing though. You know what I mean? Genesis, the first chapter, is powerful, man. You gotta really understand it though, you know.
Genesis 1 and 26, and the Most High said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the earth, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth."
See, so he said that men have an image, like the structures, though, you know. So they knew, like back then though, it wasn't written on tablets though, but it was given to back then though, because you got to think about it though. When the time of Noah came before Moses, right? So how did Noah knew which animals were clean and unclean? So, you know what I'm saying though? So all that was passed down to traditionally though. All that was passed down traditionally though. You know what I'm saying though? So back then it was more oral, vocal, because the thing about it though is, like I said though, how did Noah, when he put the animals in the ark though, how did he knew which was unclean and clean though? See? So back then they even knew though, Can you read?
This is really the first time when he said, "Let us make man righteous like us."
Yeah, righteous, yeah.
Let us make us after our likeness.
Because the angels, they're, there's angels they're holy though, they're holy. Of course, there's angels on the left hand side though that do the deed for Yahweh Shem outside though, but there's also the righteous angels though too, and that was given to them though, those men though, you know what I'm saying though, because it said men, right? It was plural, right? Men. Yeah. Yeah. I think
it said, "Let us make man."
Oh yeah. Is it men or man?
Man.
Man. Oh, okay. So it was given to this man,
means like kind of like mankind.
Yeah. So it was given into them though.
That's why it was both women and both man and woman created at the same time.
Yeah. You know, back the women need structure
I
too.
forgot what verse it said, but it said them. You know, when he created them,
Yeah.
it was the Adamite, like
Also, it was I think Genesis 5, right,
the
or 6? Though?
Adamites. I forgot.
Yeah. It was either 5 or 6 though, because they said them though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone. You see? So it goes to show. Oh, gone.
Might be. Yeah, because the next verse it says, "And the Most High blessed them."
See, there you go.
See?
See, yeah. So it's just one, but and more. Yeah.
So that's so. Verse before that said, "Let's make man in our image."
Yeah. Gone.
And now this verse, the next one, it says, "Let's bless them."
Exactly though. It's kind of the thing with Adam though. Remember, there's Adamites.
It said, "Let them be fruitful and multiply."
Okay, so yeah, it's more than one. Yeah, see. So you gotta understand. Back then, it was the sons of God, the sons of man, and the sons of the wicked. You know what I'm saying though? The sons of the wicked was like these Edomites though. You know, Esau and man. But before they were called something else though. You know, the son of man is the other heathen. You know, and the son of righteous is what you want to say now. The Israelites though. You see? So yeah, so during that time, you know, man walked with dinosaurs. You know, man walked with dinosaurs.
There's a scripture on that. You know it?
Was in James?
I probably got it.
If you gotta get, yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, it said men walking with. Oh, you kind of. We can get that one too. Though. Yeah. Yeah, because I was just gonna say, yeah. Well, James 3:7. You get that one. Though. James 3:7. Because the thing is, though, is when you think about the dinosaurs, like I said, we walked among dinosaurs, man. And the dinosaurs from back then, they weren't eating. They weren't carnivores though. They were eating plants though, fruits though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. Back then, a fucking who knows how big a melon was. It tells you in the scriptures. I think I believe it in the book of Numbers though that it took 2 men to hold the luster of grapes. Bro, can you imagine how big those grapes were? You know what I mean? It said it took 2 men to hold a cluster of grapes though. So imagine more back then in the time of the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden slaughter. Garden of Eden, when it was paradise, can you imagine how big everything was back then? You didn't fucking eat it, then top it off, the nutritions it had, you'll eat something and you get filled though. See, we didn't have to eat meat, anything like that. That came about when Adam sinned though, which we'll get that too though, you know? All that came about though when Adam sinned though, man. And once that happened, it fucked up everything, man. It fucked up a lot of things, you know. So, if you want to get that one,
This is James 3:7. First time I read it in the AI overview, because it says James 3:7 highlights human mastery over nature, pointing out that humanity has successfully tamed almost every kind of wild animal, bird, reptile, and sea creature.
man. See, hey, that's beautiful though. So I broke it down simple. Oh,
So this is what it says, James 3:7. For for every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind.
exactly. See, so back then hey, the beast. What it's talking about there, it's talking about the dinosaurs too. You know what I mean? Not just these, you know, like a beast or like a lion or tiger. Man, you go to SeaWorld and the trainers are controlling the killer whales. And you see the size of it, fucking orca's hella bigger than a person though. But see, the trainers are controlling. They'll be the tip of the noses, bro. Like the trainers be the tip of the orcas, and they'll be fucking, you know, not killing them and shit, you know. So it goes to show mankind we used to tame the animals because they say wild animals. You see, you go to Saudi Arabia, the fucking kings over there. You know what I mean? They be having tigers next to them. They train them. They have them since they were small. They be petty. They have the tigers as pets though. The lions as pets though. Come on, man. So mankind, we used to tame these animals. We weren't scared of them. They were scared of us. You know. So we had that, man. We had the able to control. How do you think Noah was able to put those the animals in the ark though? You think he just walked up though and said, "Follow me," though? You know what I'm saying? Back probably the dinosaurs too. Maybe he got the eggs too and just put them in the ark though. But other than that though, he was able to get animals, wild animals too, into the ark though. You know, and that's including these dinosaurs though. You know what I'm saying though? So that's the thing about it though, man. But like I said, throughout time, men just you're more scared of. You see Jake, bro, Tribe of Judah, they're hella scared of dogs, bro. And Judah hella big, bro. Judah, he's a big motherfucker, man. But he's scared of a dog like this tall, bro. Like, look at that dog. He runs away from him, bro. See, we lost that, man. We lost, bro. If we were to see a fucking, bro, we see a fucking a bear right here. The first instinct of anybody would be like, oh shit, that's a fucking bear. You be grabbing shit that you fucking get to go and run though. But not back then, man. Back then, shit, we were able to tame these animals, man. That's even including the dinosaurs. You know? Got something?
Do you have a Job 40?
Yeah, that's gonna be the one on deck though.
Okay.
Yeah, gone 40 and then 41. Yeah. That's gonna be the last one. Bro.
What about Isaiah 27?
You get that one though. Get that one.
I looked up dinosaur verses.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Yeah. Go on.
There's the behemoth, the leviathan, and then there's dragons and sea monsters, which is Isaiah 27 and 1.
Well, then that one talks about Esau, no? Remember the breakdown is different when he talks about Esau. Well, you know what? Let's jump into those. Job 40 and then here 41 too, because these will be the last ones over here.
Isaiah 27 and 1.
Yeah.
It's a prophetic verse where the Most High promises to use his powerful sword to slay Leviathan, a symbol of chaos, evil, and enemies of God's people.
That's Esau. But we know he's not gonna slay Leviathan, the actual creature. But we know that
there's two Leviathans.
Yeah.
One of the sea and one of the earth.
Which you made a beautiful camp lesson a long time ago. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
I remember that one was a beautiful lesson though. This brother made you should upload it, bro. That was a beautiful lesson. We were out in Limor. He went into the how Esau's Leviathan. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember that though. Gone. So you know what? Now let's jump into let's get those in Job 40 though. Yeah, Job 40 and we start at 15. Yeah, so the thing is though, it's like we're roaming around these. You know how Esau paints the picture like these cavemen. You know what I mean? Around these dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying though? He got the caveman right about Esau though. He was the fucking caveman though. But there were dinosaurs too though. Because bro, if you think about it though, doesn't Esau say that the meteors, asteroids killed the dinosaurs, right? Isn't that the perspective they say though? Like the meteors killed the dinosaurs? But if that was so true, why are they finding fossils close to each other?
I thought they kill us too.
The men, right? The people. Yeah. But what I'm trying to get at though is like, how come the fossils they find, right?
I mean, if we came after the dinosaurs,
doesn't make sense though.
The Bible says that we were with the dinosaurs. If we were with them and the meteorites came, we would be dead too.
Yeah, they would. Who's gonna be finding our fossils, our bones in the ground?
Yeah, they didn't find no bones.
But what I'm trying to get at too, bro, is that if it was asteroids and meteors that killed the dinosaurs, what do you think an explosion of a meteor sends them out flying though? But at the same time, they're finding the fossils close to each other though. Like when archaeologists when they find fossils, they're close by each other though. So goes to show though.
They're all intact.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes to show a lot of them died in the flood though. A lot of them died in the flood because how you said, bro, they're attacks though. So it's like, oh shit, like they're here.
The bones are still together.
Exactly. But if it was an asteroid, their bones would have been scattered though, right? They would have been finding some over here, finding some over there. It doesn't make sense, Esau. It doesn't fucking make sense though, you know. So yeah, that's the thing though, man. And Esau just has this whole perspective of the dinosaurs all fucked up. They make it seem like it was Jurassic Park though. That back then that's what was going on though. You know what I mean? You could get down part.
Yeah, Job 40:15, it says, described as the chief of the ways of the Most High, this massive land creature eats grass like an ox. It has immense strength, bones like bars of iron.
Talking about like Daiso, like strong. Yeah,
It's fucking strong.
yeah.
And a tail that moves like a cedar tree.
Bro, let me find out how big it is. The cedar tree dog. So what it's describing is this dinosaur, the Brachiosaurus. The long neck one. That's what it's describing though. Because if you go into the blue letter, if you get the definition though, I think it tells you right there. If you could look that Bokasha. Yeah, the Bohemian. Yeah, because let me see how big the cedar trees are. The average though. The average though. It says um, the cedar tree only reach. It says typically grow to 40 to 60 feet tall. Man, how tall? That's tall, right? So what? This definitely not 40 to 60 feet tall. Though. I think it's like that. Height one? Or taller than that.
What's 10 feet? We're like,
Or five something though. This one's about 12 feet. Oh no, I don't know. It's taller than that. But I'm thinking probably it's the size of that tree over there, right? The tall one over there. That's 60 feet right there. That tall one right there.
maybe 3 stories or something.
Is it? Let me go. Yeah, I don't. Regardless, bro, that's the fucking. You know what I mean? And back
Probably
then,
like 3 to 4 stories high.
bro, that's taller. And then if we're talking back then, the trees were probably even more bigger back then. So imagine seeing a tail that big, bro. That's just a fucking tail. Imagine the actual creature, bro. That's fucking big though. You know what I mean? That's big though. And that's the long neck dinosaur that you see in the Jurassic Park movies, though. Which you're looking for that, right? Oh, were you looking for?
What do you want to look for?
Oh, and what's it called though? Bohemian on what's that shit called?
The behemoth?
Yeah, the blue letter Bible. You go into the definition of the breakdown was, right there. Yeah. But it should say right there though, the what they which creature. Yeah, the blue letter Bible. It should say right there though. And these are all creatures that Job knew of though. You know what I mean though? Now I got it right here, bro. So yeah, I got it right here, bro. So it says perhaps an extinct dinosaur. It says a diplodocus or a brachiosaurus, exact meaning unknown. But you see right here, bro?
Yeah.
You got it though? Yeah. See? Or a brachiosaurus. Right? See? So that long neck dinosaur though, you know what I'm saying though? They were roaming back then though. You know what I mean though? They were roaming back then. This is not a creature that Job just described though. These were actually real though. You know? So I think did you read it up to 18?
Okay, Job 40 and 15. Behold now behemoth which I made with thee,
Who?
which I made with thee,
Exactly.
with Job.
With men.
Yeah.
Good.
This is the book of Job.
Yeah.
Which I made with thee. He eateth grass as ox. Lo now his strength is in his loins, and his force is in his navel of his belly.
Yeah.
He moveth his tail like a cedar, the sinews of his stones are wrapped together.
Strong dinosaur, man.
His bones.
Bones strong.
His bones are strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron.
Ain't nothing you gonna do to that creature though. You know what I mean?
He is the chief of the ways of the Most High.
When Shiva believe goes to first, right? Like the first. Like the first leader.
Yeah. Well, he's like the chief of the earth.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna fuck. Ain't no creature, land creature, right? You're gonna be able to fuck with that creature itself. You know?
Look at Godzilla. Godzilla just tears through buildings.
Oh yeah, he uses breath though. Just walks though. So this is nothing that Job imagined and thinking about his mind though. No, these were creatures that that he knew of.
It says, surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play.
Oh, see exactly.
He be eating beasts.
Yeah.
The dinosaur eats the smaller.
So he be out there in the mountains though. In order to feed an animal that big, he out in the mountains out there. Huge. This is a huge
bears and shit.
This is a huge creature, bro. But it has to be in the land, in the mountains though, to be feeding them.
He's a big food. You know, he can't eat humans not gonna give him food.
Oh yeah. He be eating, you know what I mean? So he got to go where it's more master, more vandal to be eating though, you know. This is a big creature, bro. A big ass creature though, man. That's why he's the chief though, man. He chose him to be first though. Ain't nobody messing with this creature though. Let
me see what this says. Verse 21. It lies under the lotus plants, hidden by the reeds in the marsh. This is the NLT. The lotus plants give it shade among the willows beside the stream. It is not disturbed by the raging river, not concerned when the swelling Jordan rushes around it. It's not worried about, the river.
Yeah. He's not worried at all. How big of a creature it is though, it got nothing to worry about.
No one can catch it off guard or put a ring in its nose and lead it away.
Yeah, no one can catch this damn creature. Ain't nobody can able to catch this creature right here. It's not a fish though, you know. You go to the canal or river, you throw in your hook though. Be able to, rail it in though. You're not gonna be able to do that with this creature. So this what you want to say consider a dinosaur, you know. This what you want to consider a dinosaur, you know. Dinosaur was just something that Esau made up though, man, which goes into terrible lizard. Back then, these were just common beasts though, man. How we see a giraffe though, we don't call that a dinosaur. As big as it is, the giraffe though, we just look at it and be like, oh, it's a giraffe. See, the people back then would look at these creatures as like, well, that's whatever they call them back then, whatever they call them back then. You know what I mean? These were just creatures that the people had known of though, and just that was it. How we go to the zoo or something, and we see a giraffe or an elephant. Well, that's just a giraffe. That's an elephant. Yeah, it's a big creature though, but we know what it is. You know what I mean? If you got more. Yeah, well, we can go into the
or his tongue with the cord which thou lettest down.
Can't catch this creature right here.
You're saying you can't just throw a fish hook.
And expect it to rail it in, though. If anything, he'll rail you in, though. Wherever he's at.
And then verse 2, canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a scorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee?
Yeah, you can't do this with this creature, man. This creature's massive, though.
It's not gonna be speak soft words to you.
I don't know. You see it, you're gonna look at it and be like, oh, man, this is not a creature you mess with, though. You know? This stuff will rip nothing at me.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever?
Hell no, not with this creature, you won't. You know what I mean? Come.
Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens?
Yeah, you know when you see a bird, you know, he's a little hurt or something, or you catch a bird. You know people that can catch birds, right? You know they'll catch them. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that with this creature, though.
You can't have it for a pet.
I don't know, because he's looking at you as like a snack, though, or as a little, yeah, like a little snack.
Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants?
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get this. No, you're not gonna be able to do nothing with this creature.
They're gonna cook them.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to put them in the fish market and sell them.
Can thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears?
So yeah, tough skin though. You know, like in that movie Godzilla, the one that came out when I was a kid, it was like back in 2000, I think it was. That Godzilla, you see the skin, it had like armor on it. I don't know if you remember seeing that one back in 2000. That Godzilla, I remember, had like armor on it though. So those bullets and those ships were doing nothing to it though.
How are you gonna get through that?
That tough skin.
How are you gonna pierce through that?
Yeah, gone.
Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no wrong.
Don't fuck with them though, you know? Fuck with them. You know? And there's gonna be a time though where Leviathan's gonna come out. You know? People are gonna see, oh shit. You know? It's gonna be a crazy time though, man. We just don't know when he's gonna come out. And he'll probably come out when the elites are hiding in the bunkers, you know, in the water though. You know how the elites have bunkers in the waters and shit? Hey, you know, they're probably gonna see, look out the window, they're gonna see a big ass eye, bro. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this though? And that's gonna be Leviathan. Killing these fucking elites though that are in these bunkers, man. And you know it's escaping though. You see, you elites try to have bunkers like underwater in the space though. You're not gonna be able to get away though. That tells you in the wrath of the lion though, which is Yahweh Shai though. You know, hunters turn into what's it called? Fishes turn into hunters. We'll take you out of all the caves though, man. Which represents these bunkers though. You know what I mean? You're gonna be underwater though, but guess what though? Like I said, maybe Leviathan, you know, I'm speaking as a man, Leviathan's gonna be under there in those bunkers though. He's gonna fucking kill you guys though, man. We just don't know when Yahweh Shai is gonna bring him out. It's gonna be a crazy scene though for a lot of people.
Like in that movie Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, that's a good movie though. Yeah.
The Leviathan, he was down there, and he was just locked up down there.
Oh, he was known as the Kraken?
Yeah, the Kraken.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the gods, they released him.
And he came out, oh man. Yeah. He was fucking shit up, man. Fucking shit up.
Breaking stone buildings.
Yeah. Because he got out of the sea, right? He got out of the ocean. And And then he went into the town, right? To the city. He was fucking shit up.
Job 41 and 9. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down, even at the sight of him? The fucking died just looking at him. I'm gonna have a
Heart attack. Yeah. It's gonna look. Oh shit.
Not the old woman.
Yeah. Especially like an older person, right? An older person that Well, imagine, bro. You see something that big. Oh, what's that? They're going to probably say, "Oh, Jesus."
Verse 10. None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me?
Nobody.
Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whosoever is under the whole heaven is mine. Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine.
No, and I'm looking into the old maps, right? They show these sea creatures, though, and yeah, bro, look at. So even back then, though, see that's an old map, though, from back in the. I don't even know back then, though, but it showed like this creature right here, though. See, people from back. Hey, these sailors, these people that were in ships, though, they probably had a glimpse of seeing probably Leviathan, bro. Back in the, back in those times, though. Back then they probably saw Leviathan, maybe, and Leviathan probably just, or you know what I mean? So they had knowledge though, because why would they draw a creature like this though on the old maps like that? I'm gonna show the camera.
That movie, Clash of Titans came out a long time ago.
Yeah. Because wasn't there a old? Yeah, I was gonna say that one right there, right? But then there was a new one too, the Wrath or Crash the Titans. Yeah.
Clash of Titans, that's old.
Yeah. That's the old one though, right? Yeah. Because the reboot came out I don't know how long ago, but that was also a good movie too though.
Job 41 and 12. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. So he's not going to keep him hidden.
Yeah. That's what I was saying though. Like we don't know when he. Can you get that one again?
Job 41 and 12. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion.
He will not conceal his power, his parts. So meaning he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out. He's gonna show his power. That's a scary sight, bro.
He's not going to deny his portion.
Yeah. Because that's also Yahweh's creature too. You know what I mean? He's gonna show his creature out.
That's his pet.
Yeah, I think that's what he's called, right? Yeah. I'll see.
Verse 13. Who can discover the face of his garment? Or who can come to him with his double bridle? Can't discover his face. The face of his garment.
Yeah.
It's too fucking. There's no way you can come face to face with him.
Oh hell no. Because I put what creature is God's pet? And it says in Jewish mythology and biblical commentary, Leviathan, fire-breathing sea monster or dragon, is famously referred to as God's pet. Yeah, which it gives me a precept right here. I'll get it though. It's Psalms 104:26. Yeah. You can keep it.
It's your pet. Your pet. You let it play. You let it out. So who let the dog out?
You didn't have timing, so you had to step on the brake.
Job 41 and 14. Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about.
So that's good depiction of his teeth, though.
Can't open the doors of his face. Can't. You can't be face to face with him or talk to him.
That's how strong this creature is, man. It's the demeanor of it. You know what I mean? It'll give you a heart attack.
Verse 15. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal.
Well, I was talking about Godzilla and his armor, though, protector, though. See? Yeah. He's gonna, nothing's gonna be able to penetrate through the skin, though. You know?
Godzilla, they be shooting all kinds of rockets at it.
Yeah. Those guns are on the helicopters, the machine guns, shooting at them, and they didn't do nothing to them.
I'm not sure if one of them went inside his mouth and then like recharged him or something.
Oh yeah, because it turned his back all lighted up his back, and he flew. The part. Yeah. I forgot which one it was, but
Because that gives him energy,
the fire, right? Isn't it the fire?
electricity or something.
Yeah. Get some fire though. Yeah, electricity or fire or something though. I remember seeing that though.
It's like nuclear or something.
And you know what's crazy? I believe there's some bugs though that they create like fire too though. Some needles or some shit out there that they create like a fire though. So why not this one can blow fire? Which I think it says that right? That he blows fire.
And you got the light bugs.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, fire bugs. I think it's called fire bugs.
Yeah, something like that though. We know what I'm talking about, right? They create some type of fire or something though. Which this one does too. You get it.
Because it even says in verse 19, out of his mouth go burning lamps and sparks of fire he belt.
There you go. The fire though, like how Godzilla throws the fire out of his mouth though. You know.
Because verse 18, by his nestlings a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning.
I see there's a bug called the bombardier beetle. It's insect known to create a fire-like explosion in its body though. See?
Yeah, because we all got electricity in our body. We all got static.
Yeah, static. You touch that shopping cart, gives you static. We got electricity, man, running through our body though.
Sneezings, when it says sneezings, it's like from the nose, like sneezing or snorting.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, by his sneezings, a light doth shine.
Oh shit! Like how you got Godzilla and the smoke of fire in his nose.
When you blow out that sneeze.
Yeah. He shoots though. Shoots.
And out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron.
What's it called?
It's like a pot.
Like a pot that's hot, right?
Yeah. It's like a pot, like those witches.
They use, right? Yeah. The pots though they use.
Yeah. It's all boiling and shit.
Yeah. Like when they do their spouts and shit.
Yeah.
So, because usually that's hot though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cauldron is hot. Yeah.
A seething pot. Let me see what seething means. Seething pot.
So this creature exists though. This was probably what you consider a dinosaur though. Because it's a creature though, right? Yeah.
Seething is an adjective used to describe someone who is extremely angry. Uh, it originates from the concept of a liquid boiling or bubbling,
Oh, shit, yeah.
the seething pot.
You know, something like Godzilla 2. Oh, I think there's a movie though. I don't know which one it was, but he was coming up though, and the water was bubbling or something like that. I don't know which one it was though. Godzilla movie though. He was coming up from the sea though, and the water above him
Okay.
was bubbling, boiling, like you saw it.
Uh, verse 22. In his neck remained strength, and sorrow was turned into joy before him.
Yeah. So see, look, man, Godzilla, all exist though, man. These creatures exist though, man. What you want to call about dinosaurs, man? You see? But like I said though, all this from the eating this when Adam sinned though, man. That's when destruction started coming into the world, man. You know what I'm saying though? Because that sin, he went off though. Eventually, animals started eating each other and shit though. You know what I'm saying? Which I believe this will be the last one though. Which one was it though? Where it talks about when he messed up the sin though. Was I think it's Genesis. I think it's 3:17. Yeah, because that one sin though, man. Sin though, man. After that though, you know, things destruction, man, started happening though, man. And like I said, eventually the animals ate other animals like that. Because remember, the Garden of Eden was paradise though. You know what I'm saying though? And it's gonna get like that in the kingdom though. If you hop on shit outside, the kingdom is gonna be like that. It's gonna be no, you know what I mean? These creatures, what you would, I think it said the wolves are gonna be with the sheep though, something like that, like next to each other though. You see? And guess what? Back then though, that's how it was in the time of Adam though. These creatures were all in peace though, in harmony with each other, man. You know? So this will be the last one right here.
Genesis 3 and 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree.
Which it was an actual tree, man. They just started taking up these different philosophies from different people though, man. So it goes to show there was other people in the world though, not just Adam and his wife though. You know?
Here off a family tree, a wicked family tree.
Yeah, gone. It was people though, but it was wicked ass people, man. People that he wasn't supposed to be following though. You
And
know?
it says, of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, the sun thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life.
And then people started dying sooner though, man. People remember back then people lived up to like Adam was how old was Adam was like 900 and something, right? You see? So eventually after that, people just started dying more sooner. You know what I'm saying? Things started getting smaller though. Just it was all bad, man. You know? Because it made it to like that where a life expand though with someone this like I said I think it's like 100, 120 though. Bro, you even lucky you even make it to 50 though, man. Especially if you're an Israelite though. Shit, you're even lucky you make it at the age of 21 or 20 though, or 18 though, man. See, so after that sin though that came into the earth though, things just started getting out of order though, man. You know. So, but at the time, like I said, when we're walking with these all dinosaurs and everything, though, we weren't scared of them. Though they were eating fruits and vegetables. Because you think about it, bro, a gorilla has a big ass tank. What do you call those? Big ass teeth, though, the vampire teeth, the canine. Yeah. Those big old teeth, though. But they eat fruits, though. They eat bananas. You know what I mean? These big, gorillas with these big ass fangs. There you go, fangs, big old fangs. But they eat the bananas, man. They don't eat. So,
Let me finish this.
gone.
Job 41 and 33. Upon earth there is not Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. Says there's no one like him.
And there's a movie called Kings of Monsters. Came out on not too long ago. I think it was talking about Godzilla, King of Monsters. I believe there's a movie called like that.
Yeah.
Godzilla, King of Monsters. There's no one like him. No?
They even have there was an arcade game
Back in the day,
called Rampage. I think it's called Rampage.
was it that white gorilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a gorilla, and then there was Godzilla.
Oh,
They
that shit.
were climbing the buildings.
Yeah.
You could punch the buildings.
Oh, yeah, the old school one. Yeah, back in the days, man. Yeah.
Punch the building and knock the windows out.
Yeah. I think that's where they got that. Out of that, they got Donkey Kong and shit, you know? Like that, you know what I mean? But that's the retro one right there. Yeah.
Jump around and climb on the buildings.
Yeah. I think it was the white
And
gorilla.
then you get the girl.
Oh, yeah. King Kong?
Yeah, you get a girl.
Yeah. King Kong in Static Zone.
Big ass beaches.
Yeah. There's creatures in the mountains that you don't know of, man. You been thinking, oh, Bigfoot and shit, but nah, man, there's fucking creatures out there, man. With that, everything. So with that, hopefully camp was edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Barshem, Yahushua, the honors to the apostles, a great millstone. So with that, we want to say shalom.